So one thing we are keeping an eye on is the river levels across Southwest Virginia. And in the NRV, the new river is already posing risks to people living or traveling near it.
10 News reporter Connor Dietrich is live at the Dedman Center in Radford tonight, where the new river has been flooding all afternoon. Connor's been keeping an eye on it for us. So, Connor, what are the conditions like now?
Well, Rachel, at least as far as weather goes, it's been very nice. Some wind gusts here and there, but very clear, very dry for the past couple hours. But as you mentioned, we're monitoring the river levels, and there's a couple of kind of things that we've been looking at to really monitor how much this river is rising. What you're seeing right here to the right is not the river. This is the overflow of the river. To the left, over those trees, that is the actual new river. You can see how rapid it's flowing. But let's get back to those indicators of what we're seeing in terms of river levels. The first thing I want to point out are these field goal posts here, these football field goal posts. When we got here, it was about a foot, maybe a foot and a half below the crossbar of those field goal posts. But now you can see that the water has overflowed those crossbars, and you can actually see a lot of wiggle in these field goal posts. I'm concerned that these things are going to tip over and fall, because these have been wiggling a lot, especially when the wind is gusting a lot more. Another indicator I want to show you, this pole right here to my right. We were able to stand about horizontally to that pole when we got here about 2:30. I made sure to take a look because I took a video right at 2:30, and I was standing right next to that pole on this grassy area. So you can see here that the river has now overflown into this as well. So we can't even get to where we were about 4.5 hours earlier, and the water just continues to rise up this street that I'm standing on right now. What we're taking a look at over here is the Dedman Center. So this is where we've been at for the past several hours. We continue to see that people are bringing in sandbags. We saw it a little bit earlier. They put it up against some of the doors, and they're continuing to bring it in. There were actually Radford Fire and EMS were here a little bit earlier. We had seen some kayakers go by, and we all just kind of looked at each other and we're like, that is not safe. Nobody should be on the river right now. Another thing we want to take a look at is some flooding that we saw a little bit earlier when we first got to the area. You're taking a look at New River Drive, which goes right along the New River. And Luke said it best when we got there. He's like, the New River created a new river, because that drive was completely submerged underwater. And while we were over there, I had some people come up to me and say, Connor, you think about what you're seeing here, you got to go check out the Dedman Center, because the parking lot is completely submerged underwater. We talked with some students about what they saw as the weather pushed through.
We came here earlier today, and we actually stood over there on the sidewalk and was like taking pictures, and the water hadn't quite reached to the top of the sidewalk yet, and now it's completely gone.
The students do tell me that the university has done a great job of keeping students safe throughout this whole process. There were no classes today, so a lot of the students got to remain in their dorms, or at least remain on campus. The Dedman Center, I'm told, is the only thing that the university is really concerned about in terms of structure rise, because it's right up against the New River, obviously. And this right here, this was a parking lot. This is the parking lot that I was saying is submerged. We parked here during the J.D. Vance rally a couple months ago, and so obviously no cars here. Everybody got their cars out of here. Safe move. And no, we haven't seen any more students come down here and make any sort of not smart decisions, the best way to put it. We saw people doing it a little bit earlier. So just stay safe, guys. That's the thing that I'm going to continue to say. That's what we're going to continue to say. Stay safe throughout this whole process. Don't go near the water. Just stay safe. Reporting live from Radford University, Connor Dietrich, 10 News, working for you.